Alexander Isak, is once again at the center of one of the most talked-about transfer sagas of the summer. As he reportedly goes on strike in an attempt to force a move to Liverpool, the situation at Newcastle United is now entering a critical phase, with head coach Eddie Howe facing difficult decisions regarding his squad ahead of the new Premier League season. According to reports, Isak has been kept away from first-team training due to his conduct, and the ongoing drama has raised questions about Newcastle's ability to manage one of Europe's most exciting young forwards. Earlier this summer, Liverpool reportedly tabled a staggering $148 million bid for Isak, signaling their intent to bring in a player capable of transforming their attacking setup. The Reds have been clear in their pursuit, and while Newcastle is under no obligation to sell a player who is contracted until 2028, Isak's stance has placed the club in a delicate position. Sources from the Daily Mail suggest that Newcastle may even consider deploying Anthony Gordon as a makeshift center forward until January if no alternative solution is found. However, the potential arrival of Brentford's Yoane Wissa could provide Newcastle with the replacement needed to sanction Isak's departure. Isak's situation at Newcastle. Alexander Isak's conduct this summer has been a point of concern for Newcastle's management. While the Swedish striker is widely regarded as one of the top forwards in world football, his unwillingness to participate fully with the first team has created internal tension. Eddie Howe has been candid about the situation, admitting that the saga has not been healthy for the club. Newcastle, backed by some of the wealthiest owners in the Premier League, is in a position of financial strength, yet the club must carefully manage both the sporting and commercial implications of a potential Isak sale. The fact that Isak is under contract until 2028 gives Newcastle significant leverage. However, player sentiment can influence market value, and prolonged unrest could reduce the transfer fee achievable. Newcastle is therefore in a delicate balancing act. They must protect their investment while also respecting the desires of a player whose talent is undeniable. Isak's ability to stretch defenses, score in multiple ways, and hold up play makes him a top-tier forward, and losing him without a suitable replacement could weaken the squad's competitive edge. Liverpool's ambition. From Liverpool's perspective, Alexander Isak represents an ideal addition to Arne Slot's evolving system. The Reds have made significant moves this summer to strengthen their squad, but adding a player of Isak's quality would signal a statement of intent. His pace, technical ability, and physical presence would complement existing forwards, helping Liverpool maintain a challenge for the Premier League title alongside Manchester City and Arsenal. Liverpool's strategy appears focused on securing elite-level talent capable of making an immediate impact. While the reported $148 million bid was initially rejected, the club is expected to submit an improved offer. If accepted, Isak could eclipse Florian Wirtz as the Premier League's most expensive player, reflecting both the market's inflation and Liverpool's ambition this summer. For fans, seeing Isak in a red shirt would represent both a footballing upgrade and a symbolic sign of Liverpool's intent to compete at the highest level. Newcastle's replacement plans. Newcastle United has made it clear that any sale of Isak is contingent on securing a replacement. The club has released veteran forward Callum Wilson and has struggled to add a center forward after missing out on targets such as Hugo Ekitike, Liam Delap, and Benjamin Sesko. Yoane Wissa from Brentford has now emerged as the primary option, with negotiations reportedly ongoing to bring him to St. James Park. Head coach Eddie Howe's plan is to integrate Wissa alongside Anthony Gordon and new signing Anthony Elanga, creating a dynamic attacking trio capable of competing at the top of the Premier League. Until these deals are finalized, Newcastle may have to experiment with unconventional solutions, including deploying Gordon as a temporary striker. This short-term plan reflects the challenges clubs face when managing high-value assets and the uncertainties of the transfer market. Financial considerations and sustainability. If with some of the richest owners in football, Newcastle United must balance financial prudence with sporting ambition. Selling a player like Isak without a suitable replacement would not only weaken the squad, but could also have financial repercussions under Premier League sustainability rules. Ensuring maximum value from any sale is therefore crucial. The combination of transfer fees, wages, and long-term squad planning makes the timing and conditions of a sale just as important as the fee itself. Isak's career and playing style. Isak has developed into one of the most complete forwards in world football. Standing at 6'2", he combines physical strength with technical skill, capable of holding up the ball under pressure while also stretching defenses with his runs. His finishing ability, whether from distance or inside the box, makes him a constant threat to opposing defenses. Beyond scoring, Isak's movement off the ball creates space for teammates and allows tactical flexibility, making him an asset in multiple attacking formations. Over the past few seasons, Isak has consistently performed at the highest level, impressing both in domestic leagues and European competitions. His ability to adapt to different styles of play and maintain consistency under pressure has made him a target for some of Europe's top clubs. Liverpool's interest is not surprising, given their need for a forward capable of complementing existing talent and providing versatility across the front line. The strategic implications for Liverpool securing Isak would not just be about replacing goals lost with the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. It would also be a tactical upgrade, allowing Arne Slot to implement fluid attacking patterns that exploit Isak's movement, speed, and finishing. Isak's presence would allow the Reds to rotate forwards more effectively, manage injuries, and maintain high-intensity pressing from the front, a hallmark of Liverpool's play style under both Klopp and Slot. Additionally, investing in a player like Isak signals intent in the transfer market. Liverpool has shown patience in the past, often waiting to make decisive moves that maximize both value and impact. If the deal materializes, it could define the summer and set the tone for Liverpool's ambitions for the coming season. Potential scenarios and transfer timelines the next few weeks are critical for both clubs. If Newcastle finalizes the signing of Yoane Wissa, the path could clear for Isak's move to Anfield. However, any delays in negotiations could prolong the uncertainty, forcing Newcastle to rely on short-term solutions, such as Anthony Gordon as a makeshift striker. The chain reaction of transfers underscores the complexity of modern football business, where one deal often depends on the completion of another. Liverpool, meanwhile, will need to remain patient while maintaining pressure on Newcastle. Bids, personal terms, discussions, and potential compromises on both sides will likely define the final stages of this saga. Fans can expect rapid developments in the coming days as the transfer window approaches its closing stages. Subscriber prompt around 30 seconds now. Before we continue breaking down all the possible outcomes and tactical implications, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you'll get the latest Liverpool and Newcastle transfer updates, detailed analysis, and Premier League news straight to your feed. It only takes a few seconds, and it ensures you never miss a major development in this high-stakes saga. Conclusion and fan perspective. From a fan's perspective, the Isak transfer saga represents both excitement and uncertainty. Liverpool supporters are dreaming of adding a forward capable of transforming the attack, while Newcastle fans are anxious about losing one of their brightest stars without a ready-made replacement. The financial stakes, tactical considerations, and player ambitions all intersect in a high-pressure environment that will shape the opening weeks of the Premier League season. Ultimately, the Isak situation highlights the challenges modern clubs face in managing top talent. Balancing player desires, club finances, squad needs, and market opportunities is never straightforward. As the saga unfolds, fans from both clubs will be closely monitoring negotiations, anticipating the impact on team performance, and debating the strategic decisions made by management, whether Isak ends up in Liverpool, Red, or remains at Newcastle for the time being. This transfer saga will be remembered as one of the defining stories of the summer. With so many variables still in play, the coming days could finally provide clarity on one of Europe's most intriguing transfer battles.